Okay, something different today. No games. I'm going to show you how to make thumbnails the way I make them with Sony Vegas Pro. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a little thumbnail as an example for how I would make a thumbnail for one of my videos. Usually I would use Sony Vegas Pro to put my video together, and then I would open a second instance of Vegas Pro and I would compile a little thumbnail up here and then use this little button to take a screenshot of it or a snapshot and save it to a file. So let's just imagine that we've been playing Mass Effect. I think first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to a web page and I'm going to search Mass Effect, and I'm going to find something that I would like to use as a background. Okay, so I've already got the pictures I want to use saved, but I'm just kind of showing you where I would go to find these pictures. So Mass Effect in the search bar, plenty to choose from. I've gone for this one. That one is saved here. Secondly, I'd also have a rough idea of what I want to put on it as well, how I want it to look. So 9 times out of 10 I'll have a background, I'll have a title somewhere, and I'll have the name of the video or an eye-catching piece of text to try and bring somebody into the video. I've also decided I want to replace his head with my own head. Okay, now I'm going to use this picture here for an example of how to do that. So a program that I like to use if I want to cut something out or rub a part of a picture out to replace it, or if I want to take a part of one of my own photos to use, I'll type Pixlr, P-I-X-L-R, into a search bar, and you'll come up with pixlr.com. We accept that and we open Pixlr Editor. Okay, this is completely free, doesn't cost anything. I go to create new image. Okay, I usually set this piece here. I set the width to 1920 and the height to 1080, and I always click transparent. That way everything you rub out will be gone. And we click OK. Then we go to layer, open image as layer. You get to choose from your images now. So where did I have those things? I've got them in the PNG folder. So I want that guy there. Click on him, hit open. Click on the move tool so I can move the picture, and there's my beautiful face. What I would do then is hit the eraser tool. Up here where it says brush, I usually go straight for the 200 to begin with, and then you can just start rubbing out the background. Okay, there's probably better ways to do this. I'm not an expert at this stuff. This is just the way I do things. This is what this video is about. It is about me showing you how I do mine, just in case it helps any of you out there. Okay, so I'll do that, and I'll do that for the whole background. If I zoom out, okay, if I move around, there's still a lot of picture there to take out. Gets a little bit painstaking when you have to get in close and do these bits. Where's my little rubber gun? Okay, as you can see, that's quite a big one. That's quite a big tool now, but you know, just nice and gentle. There's got to be a much easier way of doing this, but at the moment this is just the way I do it. If I want to get into little gaps like that, then I'll use a smaller one. Okay, just zooming around my ear, around here, just to show a bit more, you know, get in there like that, get around there like that, and get a bigger brush, go down there. It's all pretty straightforward, doesn't have to be perfect. Get that bit there. You can get in there and tidy it up later if you want, whatever. But that's basically what you do. You do that to the whole picture, and eventually you'll have the whole thing cut out. As you can see, that one was probably a bit rushed as well. Okay, once you've got what you want, whoops, let's give myself a little moustache. Yay. Once you've done what you need to do, go up to File, go to Save, Okay, if you want to give it a title so that you can find it easily, then you go for it, do that. Okay, I always click on PNG transparent full quality. Okay, then I click OK, and that will save it wherever you've asked it to be saved to. Okay, so once you've got all your pieces, you need to open up Sony Vegas, click import media. Okay, that's my intros for when I'm doing my videos. Come out again, everything's in here. Okay, so first of all you want your background, import media, you want your title, you want your Swede. Okay, now you're going to drag your background down there. I always zoom in at this bit so I've got a little bit of room to work. Okay, at the end of this bar here, right click, insert video track, and you'll get a second video track, which means you can layer things on top. So in this instance I'm going to bring the head down. I'm going to put it there. As you can see, it's very big, so you've got this crop sign here. Click on the crop sign. To make it bigger, you stretch it this way. To make it smaller, you stretch it that way. What I want to try and do here is fit it up here. Just like that. Just tweak it. There we go, that's not too bad, is it? I mean, don't forget, you can also take this whole background into the pixel editor and actually erase the guy's head anyway, if you're worried about it sticking out. Because if I make my head any smaller, there's a chance that his head might poke out around the sides. I think that's alright. Maybe just move it across that way a little, maybe up a little. Yeah, that's not bad, is it? Looks a little bit comical, it's a little bit big, it's not quite right, but it doesn't matter because it's only a tutorial. Anyway, so now we've got my head on it. We need to open up another video track. Drag that writing down like that. Okay, we are going to make it a little bit smaller, so we're going to drag it outwards like that. Okay, so we've got the Mass Effect button. Let's put that there. So now we've got an official Mass Effect logo on it. We look like an N7 soldier. Okay, so now we want to put a little title in. It could be the title of the video, it could be a phrase or a sentence to draw people in to watch the video. So first things first, we're going to right click, I'm going to zoom in there a little bit. We're going to right click here, insert video track, so we've got another space to put things down. This time though, we're going to use this bar along the bottom. We're going to click that little arrow and go all the way to the end. We've got media generators. And we've got titles and text. It's already selected, but chances are it'll be like that when you first get into it. So hit titles and text. We don't need the action flip or the coming at you or the drop split because we're taking a photo. Okay, this isn't going to be a moving video, it's going to be a photo. So just a straightforward sample text will do. Okay, and it's just straight. First thing I'm going to do is delete that. Now, you can choose a font from this little drop down menu here. For instance, Star Jedi, which is a text I use sometimes, which is ideal for writing anything to do with Star Wars. But what you can do, basically, if you want a specific style of writing, I mean, I don't think we'll find the exact same style of writing as Mass Effect there, but if you go to a web page, type in da font, you get this site here come up. Basically it's got a shitload of different fonts that you can use, and it's got different categories. For instance, if you're playing Red Dead Redemption 2, you might want to use some of these Western fonts for your videos. Okay, but we're doing a science fiction type thing, and I think there is a sci-fi thing there. And as you'll see, there's actual fonts from movies as well. Transformers. What else have you got? Airstrike, I'm pretty sure that's from Airwolf. Blade Runner. Okay, and there's a fair few to choose from as well. Back to the Future, Sega, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so for the sake of the video, I'm going to go with Star Jedi. And this isn't a video I'm making. I haven't played any Mass Effect for a long time, so I think we'll just do a generic title of N7 Commando. Okay. Sometimes if you put it on caps, it comes up with some kind of random shit. So you have to take it off of caps. Okay. So we're going to go with N7 Commando. Right. Now the next thing you want to do, obviously that looks very boring. You can change the size of it here. N7 Commando. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to change the colour. What I like to do, this is what I do on most of my videos, rather than choose a colour and do all the sliders and that, I look at the writing and I think, rather than use all the sliders, I'll click on this little button here and then I'll choose a colour that's actually in the video so that it all fits in together. And what I might do, I might just actually choose this colour here so that it fits in with the actual text itself. Now because I've done that, what I'm also going to do, where's the outline? I'm going to click on outline. I'm going to change the colour of the outline. I'm going to use this again, okay? Because I want black, the best way I found to get black is to either click on something here that's black or even use the window bar here. That way you get your black outline. Okay, then you want to click off of there because you need to thicken up the outline to make it show up. Okay, now it's beginning to look a little bit more along the lines of that. It's not quite the same because it hasn't got the two-tone effect, but that will do for now. I think what I'm going to do here actually is put that 7 in without the caps on, see if that changes the way it looks. N7. No, it doesn't really, does it? It's actually probably better with the caps on. N7. Yeah, whatever. In some instances, I'll take advantage of the fact that I've used an overlay of my face. And I'll put that about there. Let's just come out of it. And slide that up. And I'll drag the title underneath my face. Like that. So that makes it stand out a little bit more. Now obviously if her head wasn't there, I'd make that a lot bigger. Let's just do that a second. Where are we? Right here. Okay. If her face wasn't there and things were positioned slightly different, I'd probably do something along the lines of that so you could actually read what it's saying. Okay. There's always the option of going back into the pixeler and cutting her head out, or even the whole of these two people completely, and overlapping it over the title and bringing the title quite big like that. Obviously it's got to fit on, but for now I think I'm just going to bring it down here at the bottom. There we go. Okay, it doesn't look overly spectacular like that, so I might change the colour. It's just oh, bollocks. Bear with me. So I might just change the colour, see if I can actually... Nah, it's either going to be white or it's going to be grey, isn't it? I can't really use that unless I use this. And that just makes it darker. Okay, so there's not a lot I can do to copy that effect other than use one of the colours in it just to make it look like it's all the right thing. Okay. Okay, so once I've got the colour and I'm happy with it, okay, I could just as easily decide to go for the blue colour that she's wearing, or the mustard yellow colour, or dirty brown colours that are on this gun. You know, that's not too bad. I quite like that. That kind of works. Okay, but what I'll do, rather than just leave it flat like that, after I've done the outline, I'll click on the shadow, Okay, first of all I'll activate the shadow, and basically you get this smearing sort of thing in the background. This might actually look better if I bring it up here a minute, where it'll stand out. Let's bring the title back to the top. Let's ignore the fact that it's on my face right now. Okay, and that's quite a lot of shadow. That's a very prominent shadow. I tend to go for a lesser shadow. My settings here, I'll go into the shadow offset X and I'll go 080. Then I'll go into the offset Y and do the same. And finally I'll go into the blur and I'll hit 200, and then you have to click off of it for it to take effect. And that gives a nice thick shadow, but not too far behind. So it makes it pop up very slightly, but not too much. Gives it a bit of 3D. Now obviously I moved it up because the black works a lot better with a lighter background, whereas when it's down here it works, but there's a lot of dark in behind it which kind of hides the shadow. So you could change the color of the shadow to possibly, you know, I mean it probably wouldn't look right with a blue shadow, but let's just go with a blue shadow. Okay, no, that's not too bad. It pops it a little bit. Again, I could use a darker version of that, or I could even use the actual color of the writing. Okay, whatever you use, you just need it to pop out from the video itself, and it just makes it look a little bit more interesting. So there we have it. That's not the best example, but it was a quick example for the sake of this video. Okay, and what I would do right at the very end, I'd go to this little disc thing here, clip it, okay, and that brings up my folder for my thumbnails. Basically, I've numbered my videos from number 1 right the way through to 25. Technically, I've got 26 videos because my very first stream, I never actually made a thumbnail for. So, if this was my next video, I'd number it 26. I click save. That would be in that folder. YouTube channel. Come on, there. I'll go into my thumbnail. I'll go into my thumbnail folder, and there it is. There's my thumbnail ready for my Mass Effect video that I'm not making anytime soon. Although it is a great game. I'm not too keen on Andromeda, but I do like Mass Effect 3, Mass Effect 2, although I tried playing 2 recently and it's a little bit outdated for me now. So anyway, I hope this helps. The reason why I did this was because on YouTube groups and whatever, I'm always seeing people asking how you make thumbnails. And even though there's lots of different programs you can use to make thumbnails, loads of different ways you can use it. Lots of people use Photoshop, lots of people use other things. I'm not going to name them because I don't know, because these are the ones that I use. I haven't looked into other stuff because this is what I've been using and it's worked fine for me. So this is how I make them. I use Sony Vegas Pro and I use Pixlr if I want to cut anything out. So I really hope this has helped you guys. Anybody who uses these programs, I hope this sort of shows you what you can do with it. Okay, so go make yourself some thumbnails, some good thumbnails. Make your shit stand out, make people want to click on it. That's the way to do it. I'll be back with a gaming video at some point. I've got some more Hitman to do. I love playing Battlefield 4, so there'll be plenty of that. I'm actually playing Battlefield 5 on Xbox at the moment with some of my friends that I used to play with back in those days. So anytime I do that, I will be streaming to Mixer under the name The Left-Handed PC Noob. And I will hopefully be trying to capture that footage at a reasonable quality so that I can cut it up and make actual videos to put onto the YouTube channel as well. So far I've ended up with some blurry streams, so if you follow my Instagram page, The Left-Handed PC Noob, my Facebook group, The Left-Handed PC Noob, my Twitter account, Left-Handed PC Noob, anytime I'm going to stream on Mixer, anytime I'm going to release a video, anytime I'm going to stream on YouTube, I'll put a little notice up on there. So if you follow any of those, you'll be able to watch any stream, anytime, any video, anytime. I hope this helped, and you'll see me the next time I upload a video. See you later, dudes.